Scorpio, welcome to your 3-month overview. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Just to switch things up, I read Pisces and Cancer before Scorpio, and now I'm at that point where I'm like, I need a coffee. I need a snack. I let my hair down. I took all the little doodads out of it, and I'm like, I need a break. I'm not quite back from vacation mode just yet, so the work intensity is not quite back yet, but that's okay, honey. We had a fantastic vacation. I loved every minute of it. We did so much. We saw so much. We learned so much. We ate so much. Oh my God, you guys, fantastic. Like I said, I'm not quite in full-on work mode just yet. And that's okay. It's been great. It's been absolutely great. Cheers to you. If you want to get an idea of what we were up to and what it is we did, feel free, if you're on Facebook, to connect with me there. Sassy Scorpion Tarot. You can't miss it. You'll see some pics from the vacation. But yeah, you guys, it was fantastic. Loved every minute of it. But I'm not quite there yet. Like, I don't want to get back into my work routine. All right, you guys, let's talk about it. The 3-month overview. We're going to take a deeper look at the summer, specifically July, August, September. So this is not your reading. This is the baseline I'm using for all 12 signs for the 3-month overview. Let's talk about it. 7, July, the Chariot, Cancer season. 8, August, Strength, Leo season. 9, September, the Hermit, Virgo season. And the bottom row is the energy behind the next several months. So, the Sun, what we understand makes us happy. Are we on that path? Are we living the dream? Are we still working on that dream? Are we good where we are? Do we need to make some adjustments? What's that looking like? The Tower, anything that is unexpected or untowards we should be made aware of, okay, over the next several months. Judgment, any imperative decisions coming from within us, outside of us, from the universe. Spiritual lessons, the kind of energetic universal whispers that are being said to us. Are we listening? Are we navigating? Okay. All that good stuff. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And of course, we're going to start with an oracle overview. Show me, Scorpio, please, for the next several months. Show me, Scorpio, please, for the next several months. Show me, Scorpio, please, for the next several months. Show me, Scorpio, please, for the next several months. Show me that energetic focus, please, for Scorpio. Yes. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. What's going on, please? Dignified strength. Oh, my goodness. In conjunction alliance. Oh, yes. That's very interesting. That's an interesting combination, I have to say. Let's see, who else? I can't remember who else pulled alliance. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But conjunction alliance. Some of you might be making very strong alliances soon. Dignified strength that strengthens you, fortifies you. They believe in what you do. You believe in what they do. But with a certain dignity of strength behind it. That's very focused. The 13 is here, is our power number. Dignified. On top of it, on your reign, everything feels right. You act by what you believe. You say what you do what you say. All right? Always brings to mind one of my favorite lines. Queen bitch, Bowie. If she says she can do it, she can do it. She don't make false claims. That's right. Dignified strength in everything that you do. Some of you will be forming very powerful alliance, or someone sees you as a very powerful alliance. Forging. As part of a group. Some of you are leaders of that group. Some of you guide others. Okay? But also working with others. You're not an island here. Some of you are going to be forging very strong connections. Doesn't have to necessarily be in work, but absolutely. Your network, your connectivity. People who believe in what you do. People who want to get in alignment with what you do. They want to be part of it. Okay? They want to fly with you, not against you. But you lead. Someone sees you as a very strong alliance, or potentially a strong alliance. That's very curious. It's very curious. Make things happen. Motivate, move, leadership, but also part of a team. I wonder what's going on there. That's very interesting. Perhaps you were leading something. Okay, project, family, friends, I don't know. But people are glad to know you, and they hope that they can forge an alliance with you. Okay, get you part of their team, part of their effort. They yours. I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps it's a two-way street where both people benefit. I don't know. I just know that you will lead with dignified strength. This is what I do. I'm actually really good at it. People see that. They see that, want to participate, or they want, again, to forge an allyship with you. That's very interesting. How interesting. All right. Show me Scorpio in July. Show me. Possibly for future work goals. Okay. You know, I want to forge something with Scorpio so I can work with them in future. I don't know. Perhaps that's you. I just know that you're showing me a great deal of strength and dignity, okay? In working with others, what you do and how you do it. You have standards, yes. Show me. Show me Scorpio in July. Show me Scorpio in July. Show me Scorpio in July. Show me Scorpio in July, please. Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio in July, please. Show me Scorpio in July. Five of Cups, Morning, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Okay. All right, there's some sadness here. And it's leading up to something, if you can believe it. It's a lingering something. It looks like it's unfinished. Emotional stuff. Five of Cups tends to have the past attached to it. In other words, it's not terribly fresh. And it's not too old. It's something that you can still feel. But it constitutes something, an emotional upset, sadness, pain, regret, loss that happened not too long ago. And there's been something growing in that energy with the Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's neither too fresh nor is it too old. It's somewhere in between. It's lingering, and you've been growing out of it slowly but surely. And now I'm seeing some communication surrounding this concept. I don't know what that is. Can I see what this is, please? Can I see what this is, please? What does this concern itself with? Slowly coming out of it, yes. Slowly getting back to whatever it is that is you do that grounds you. And then I see some communication. It may not be you. I don't know who this is. I see you reconnecting with somebody. Somebody's hurt. At first, I just assumed it was you. You have to forgive me, love. But we kind of have a reputation for that Five of Cups. Technically, it falls within our range of cups. So we technically have the 5, 6, and 7. When I see the Five of Cups for Scorpio, I'm like, well, that's Scorpio. It's one of those things where it's back of hand energy. We're so used to it, we don't even really know we have the Five of Cups sometimes because we're pain absorbers. We're just ridiculously good at it. So I could pull a Five of Cups for a Scorpio and they'd be like, what are you talking about? Because it's like, I'm fine. I don't, that's the thing about this Scorpio energy. It's like, oh yeah, no, that was forever ago. But we're so good with, we are so good at tolerating pain to a certain extent and just understanding that it's part of life and that it's normal. We don't really question it. Again, you can't have the emotional intensity we do and not have respect for all the range of emotions. So that includes everything from very, very deep, emotional, healthy, loving, strong attachment to pain, hurt, all that. So we appreciate both ends as well as somewhere in the middle. We're not really shy about the emotional ranges and to the depth and degree that we feel it. So when I see a Five of Cups tree, I'm like, what else is new? It's like, I'm sorry, that's just the way we are. So I just assumed straight away that was you. But then something felt weird. Something felt weird. I was like, maybe it's not you. I mean, it could be. It could be. Maybe you're sharing it with somebody. Because the energy just went from, well, it's been feeling a certain way for a while. Not great, but I'm working through it. Okay. Slow and steady there with that Seven of Pentacles energy. Somebody needed time to process their pain. Slow, steady processing. 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone else, because now somebody else showed up now. so now I'm obligated to say it may not be you. Somebody here, but it could be you, has been slowly processing pain, upset, regret, loss. Okay. And then all of a sudden there's some communication around this topic. And then all parties, at least 2 people here, feel much better. It's coming up. It hasn't happened yet. When, I could not say. It's just marked around July. Okay? And then we have Rejoice. 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles. We are feeling a lot better. A lot better. And there's a connectivity here that suggests, I'm glad we're doing this. It feels good to both people. And that's almost the literal translation. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm hearing this. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're getting together. I'm glad that we're expressing. Because there is talking here. There is communication. And what follows that is action. Some sort of connectivity where both people are pleased. And it's almost like, I'm glad we're getting together. I'm glad we're talking about this. I'm glad we connected. I am. And that's a lot of glad. That's a lot of good tidings. That's a lot of rejoice energy. That's a lot of congratulations. That's a lot of I'm feeling good and I hope you are too. That kind of thing. And it comes from a place of groundedness. That's also the reality. That is the reflecting of the 3D with that King of Pentacles energy. Okay. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. At the energetic level, you two are actually quite happy to be reconnecting. It feels good to you both personally. So I'm not saying you're shouting down the rafters at each other, oh, it's so great, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no. This is what's being exchanged between you two when you do connect eventually. It looks like it's an eventual thing. When you eventually connect or reconnect with this person, and I'm leaning towards reconnect, there's a smoothness between your two energies that feel good. Like, I'm glad we're doing this. It's felt without spoken. Okay. And I don't know what this is, but somebody kind of had to sit with their pain for a while and to digest that particular pain for a while. Why it was lingering, why is it? Because that's slow. It's slow. It's slow development, but nevertheless, it's development. It's not completely dead. But somebody here had to take a minute to process their feelings the slow way, kind of in-depth at their own pace kind of way, to understand what they're feeling. And that's when I started to think maybe it wasn't you. Because like I said, we kind of we swim in and out of those feelings pretty easily. This has more of a slower, grounded energy attached to it. It took me a while to understand my feelings, that kind of thing. And then boom, there's communication. And when we connect, it feels right. So what's said specifically, I don't know. But it comes from that place of rejoice. And I'm glad I said something. I'm glad I did something. I'm glad I reached out. And in fact, you both are. So there is a sort of celebration of each other in that sense of this feels right. And I'm glad that you and I are doing this. Okay? Whatever the premise is behind it, it's irrelevant to me because your energetic reactions for both people says it's positive. Okay? Yeah, I am seeing connectivity. First in communication, then the 3D. Okay? And it looks good. It looks good for you both. It looks good on you both. The way you're both reacting to it. What's specifically said or spoken, I don't know. I just know that you two feel very right in each other's company. And no doubt, one of the things that's going to be discussed is the 5 of Cups stuff, as well as the 3 of Cups stuff, as well as the 9 of Cups stuff. So, it's good. It leads to healing. It leads to conversation. After that, I don't know. But it just feels right. That's all I know. Okay. Hello. Emphasis on September for some of you. Show me August, please. 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 By the way, you will have no doubt noticed that the comments are off, and as of your message, everybody's message is going to be under an hour. I will discuss all this mid-month in July. Okay? All right. Show me August. The Lovers. Page of Wands. Well, I guess things went okay. I guess things are going okay. It's nothing crazy. I couldn't figure out where the leadoff point was going. I just see you two reconnecting and that it both feels right. It's literally, I'm hearing, I'm glad we did this. Or I'm glad that you said something, or I'm glad that you opened up about this. That's all I got. The energetic exchange is much bigger than I think what's spoken. So I know that it's benefiting you both. And then August, the energy is almost like you two are... I got 2 pages here, rocking a lovers. That's not a bad thing. How can I put this? It's almost like a rediscovery. It's almost like a rediscovery, but from no assumptions. No assumptions, no expectations. Just 2 people trying to be open. Okay. Without faults or premise. It's, yeah, so I guess it would best be described as trying to get to know each other again. But from like a clean slate energy, no expectations. So it's like, again, I went from hearing I'm glad we did this to just trying to rediscover the energies without assumptions attached to it. Okay. So that's beautiful. I like that. That's progress. Even if it feels like you're taking several steps back, if you're taking several steps back from a clean slate, then you're not stepping on old footprints. Does that make sense? That's why I'm okay with it, and I think you are too. And so is the other person. I've got 2 pages, and typically I would not assign pages that kind of weight unless, of course, they're trying to introduce themselves, or in this case, reintroduce themselves. So it's kind of like clean slate energy here. Okay, and it is a significant connection. That's no guarantee or promise of what it will be in the future. It is simply the universe recognizing that this is a strong bond, very strong. And it's not one that most people understand. It's, on 3D, it usually makes no sense. It's complicated. Everyone's favorite words. It's complicated. Energetically, it makes sense. It's the 3D world where it typically doesn't look like a very smooth, clean resume. Okay. In the universal exchange of things, things feel right. Even when we don't have rhyme or reason for it to feel right, it just does. So, yeah. In August, I believe the energy is smoother and more of a clean slate type thing. Okay. It went from here to here pretty smoothly, pretty beautifully, pretty easily. So it's making sense to me. So I don't know who reaches out. I don't know. I don't care. The idea is that it just feels right, regardless of who does what. Yeah, there you go. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Anything else, please, about August? Anything else, please, about August? I like that. I do. I like it. It's a very powerful connection. You know, I keep hearing that. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did this. It's very short, sweet, to the point. I'm glad we did this. Me too. You know, so I don't know who's got the cojones to reach out, but, you know, props to him or her who does. It's because look at that. Look at the exchange that happens. Not because it's wrong, but because it's right. Sometimes these upper level connections, you know, like I said, energetically, there's a fluidity of connection that you don't really have the words for. It just exists. It's the 3D world where things get mucked up, you know? All right, anything else, please, about August? Anything else, please, about August? Anything else, please, about August? Come on now. Anything else, please, about August? The Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's energy is a little slower here. It's a little slower, but no less authentic. It's just, I got, yeah. Do you see how that? Do you see how that worked? Well, I was literally explaining to you the difference between the energetic, the emotional, the spiritual bond, which is very fluid in ways that we cannot see and we cannot account for. Okay. But it's exchanged. That's where there's that ease between you two that says, I'm glad we did this, you know. It's the 3D world where your energies both get really sharp and actually quite mature around each other. Isn't that interesting? See, it's almost like You two are trying to reintroduce each other without premise, clean slate energy. And in reality, you two are actually very well respected. Two strong-willed people, King of Wands, King of Swords, sharp mind, sharp sense of direction, passion, right? And we're trying to meet here in the middle, without assumption. The Knight of Pentacles, slow, easy. I respect you, you respect me, okay? Let's meet somewhere in the middle. Energetically, you two have a very strong soul bond, upper level stuff, okay? We've discussed that before. And that's without assumptions, clean slate. In reality, you two are very mutual in that respect of we're a lot alike. You know, we got this. We got this. There's a certain level of mutual respect here. Division of energies that suggests this is who I am, this is who you are. We see each other appropriately. We experience each other appropriately. We respect each other appropriately. And just trying to meet somewhere in the middle, right? But somebody's energy is touched with a little bit of slowness over here, and I saw that, and that's when I raised an eyebrow. I was like, maybe that's not Scorpio. The Five of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. It literally, that's the context of that is, it took me a while to understand my pain. And it took a while. Seven of Pentacles. I was building up to this, and what that looks like in terms of reality, weeks, months, years, I don't know. Okay, that person would, or you would. But yeah, that's beautiful. You two are no less responsible in your own respective ways. Is that what this is? Are you two making a strong alliance that's both dignified and true? Dignified strength, conjunction alliance. We would be very powerful allies, very powerful friends. You could take each other places. But there's something here about... It's interesting. I need to get back. There's something that keeps drawing me back to that dignified strength card. We'll get back to... Maybe I'll get back to that. Show me the Hermit. I got to keep on. Show me September, please. Show me September. Show me September. Show me September, please. Show me September, please. Show me September. Show me September, please. Show me September, please, for Scorpio. Show me that Scorpio energy, please, for September. Anything else, please? I'd like to see something to do with monetary. I'd like to see something to do with goals. Life goals, personal goals. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful connection. I can see it's important. It's important to you both. It's not just one-sided. You're both reacting equally to it, par for course. That's undisputed through my eyes. So no, it's not just one-sided. It only means something to one person. It's coming across as both. The Tower, the Six of Cups, Six of Swords. Oh. Well, honey, okay. Sir. Oh boy. I need to see that Tower. Tower, Six of Cups, Six of Swords. I have a couple of different thoughts on that. The Tower, anything that's unexpected or untoward, is already coming up for you in September. Are we coming back to this? Or are we leaving this behind? There's a realization here, and it's a strong one. And the Tower can suggest this is moving forward in a particular direction, and perhaps both people understand that. Or it's the realization that this has to be left behind. But since you two are becoming reacquainted, I'm kind of ruling that one out. We shall see. I need to see this Tower. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to jump to that next. Soul bond here. No shit. What to do with it, the realization of it, the importance of it. Why is that coming into such balance? Why is it coming into such balance? Why is that so important? Unless this is something else. Is this something else? It is something else. I don't know how it relates. That's up to you. I might see more here on the Tower. At first, with that Six of Cups, there's soul bond, but the Towers... See, it didn't make sense because you two are reacquainting. So that means by default you're already headed back towards each other energetically, as well as a little bit in the 3D. Getting reacquainted, getting comfortable, mutual respect, as I discussed. So something else is coming through that's quite strong. But I can't quite see it. It's something that you are acquainted with, and it seems not to do with this. This is its own thing. There's something else over here that you have kind of had to slowly acclimate to. That you have expectations surrounding another connection. If it's not a soul bond, it's someone you've known a very long time. That you have expectations surrounding it that are not being met. And it's become egregious, difficult. And it kind of dawns on you one day in the summer that it's going to have to be left. Possibly moved away from, transitioned out of. And to you, it's like it's a matter of time. You've had what looks like a lot of unreasonable expectations trying to make it work, and it won't. Or it can't. Or it's proven itself time and again that it was always kind of headed in a particular direction. And you're having to come to terms with it. It is not this. This is separate. This is a reintroduction energy that looks steady, equal, par for course, as discussed. This, I do not know. Let's jump on over to that tower. But it's something that, it was literally the translation here, so it's a long time for you to understand. It took you a long time to understand that you were going to have to detach from this. You had always hoped that things would stop being so difficult, but it was always kind of an immature wish. You had no premise to really believe that it would. You just kind of had hoped that it would improve, but it wouldn't. I don't know what that is. It could be someone you've known a very long time. Doesn't have to be a significant other or whatever. It could be someone whom you are soul bonded to, like a family member. A situation that will not work out, and you know it, but you didn't want to accept it. And now you're going to get into a place of acceptance sometime in the late summer. This is something else. Okay, so speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and break order here and go into the tower. I want to see if I can better sharply define it. Well, you're just a little bit all over the place today, aren't you? Okay. Oh, well, if that's Scorpio, we are small. Therefore, we can cover a lot of terrain. Show me the tower, please. Show me that 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 tower, please. Yeah, you kind of kept an eye on this situation, hoping one day it would improve, but it never does. And, I see that all the time. It's called false hope, false expectation. It's one of those situations where I really hope this improves. I really hope this improves. I really hope this improves. It hasn't, has it? It hasn't. And the tower comes in, and it's something where you acknowledge finally that you have to move on from it. I don't know what it is. Show me this tower, please. Show me that tower. Show me that tower. Show me that tower. Show me that tower, please. Show me the tower. Show me the tower. What is this tower, please? And it hits you. And it hits you loud. And it hits you hard, but not later until the summer. Oh, okay. It was, okay, you knew. Okay, you knew. Whatever this is, you knew. That's all they're telling me, is that you knew. You knew, and you, even now while you're listening to me, you already know. Okay. Five of Swords, the Ace of Swords. You stop lying to yourself. You get really clear about your thoughts. The break was inevitable with whatever this is. And when you allow that thought to come through, that's when the tower hits you. So the tower, guys, isn't this always this loud, obtrusive thing that happens outside of you. More often than not, the tower comes from inside. When that thing hits you, that thought, that feeling, oh shit, it was always going to be like this, isn't it? Oh God, this is what I was always feeling. I just couldn't see it until today. Oh, that's the truth of this, isn't it? That's typically, more often than not, is an actual tower. It fundamentally changes us, because once we know it, we can't unknow it. Once we feel it, we can't unfeel it. And that's why people will often go through great lengths to avoid the truth, because we're just not prepared for it. We're not ready to incorporate that tower. You're showing me there's a tower here you're not ready to incorporate, but you're working your way towards it, and it's likely been in that direction for a long time. It is looking more circumstantial or situational as opposed to love orientation. Like, this is a situation you've been in A circumstance you've been in, you couldn't find a way out of it. That's because you didn't want to see it, but you knew it was there the whole time. You were inevitably going to have to break from this. I'm sorry it's so vague. All I can tell you is that this signature is completely different from this signature. This is something else. You knew it was coming. You hoped it would turn around. It didn't. It proved itself repeatedly that it wouldn't. And the day you realize you're meant to move on from this situation, you're meant to move on from this circumstance, and you stop telling yourself this might work out, when you do that, it's going to free you. And you will move forward from it without a fight or a fuss. You know, here's the lies we tell ourselves. Here's the undisputable truth. We stopped doing that. It was always headed in this direction. Okay? These things must happen. And sometimes it's hard for us to accept endings. I don't know what that is, hon. Could be a job. Could be you having... for some of you, that Six of Cups is feeling like it's very old. So yeah, it could be someone you grew up with, for all I know. I don't know. Something that you have been in for a while, giving to it energetically and in the real world, and you don't want to be attached to it anymore. You don't want to be... at some point, you're going to realize it. I don't think you know it yet. You're like, this is precious to me in its own way, but I've given to it way too long, and it does not serve me. If I have to lie to myself to keep it going, then it probably best does not serve me anymore. Okay? Yeah, at first I thought it was this, but I'm like, that didn't make sense in the pattern. It didn't make sense. It's not. It's not. This is something we're coming back to because two people want to. This is something you understand is not, you're not meant to participate in anymore. Okay? I don't know. But you will. You will see it when you're ready to see it. Let's put it that way. Okay? When you can't work with something or someone anymore, you just can't. When something has the opportunity that you can work with it and two people benefit and are joyous for it, that's different. This is not that. This is unreasonable expectations that something will improve, and you've known for a long time that it won't. But you have to accept it first. Show me the sun. That's all I have on that, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's so vague. Show me that sun, please. Show me that sun, please. Show me that sun, please, for Scorpio. Show me that sun, please, for Scorpio. Show me that sun, please, for Scorpio. What do you understand makes you happy? Show me that sun, please. Okay. Ooh. It's toasty. It's about 100 something. 105, 106, whatever. It's hot. I think my nose is pink. Queen of Swords, the Sun, Death. Oh, it's you. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. A little bit firm, are we? You're like, I just want to be me. Yes, you do. Oh my God, honey. Talking about Scorpio with a tan. That's what I am, honey. That's a Scorpio with a tan. Look at that. You are double sunning. Holy heck. What makes you happy? You're like, being me. That's what makes me happy, Christina. Yeah, I'd say so. Aren't you firm? Aren't you firm? Non-negotiable. I love it. I love it. Look at that determination. Look at that determination. It's like I say all the time. I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. Well, that's what this Scorpio is like. What makes me happy, Christina, is to be me. You'll stop trying to control me and tell me what to do. Okay, yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't like it when people tell me what to do either. No. I'm adverse to that. No. It's like I have to respect me as a person. Look at that. You and your power card came right out. Boom. There's death. No, I do not see that as a bad thing at all. Not at all. This is you very much determined to make yourself happy, and at all costs too. It's like, I'm going to live under the sun. Okay? Get out of my way. I know. Look at that. Look at that. Queen of Swords, the Sun, death. You're like, I have transformed many, many times. Yes. You have transformed many, many times to get where you are today. You have transformed many, many times in order to understand what makes you happy and to be such a hard ass about it. You're like, I've earned that. I've earned the right to pursue my happiness. I know who I am. This is me. I am Scorpio. I know what I'm doing. I know what makes me happy, and I won't settle for anything less. I had to die many times to get where I am. That's the transformative process. You're like, I know what makes me happy. I'm not confused about it at all. So again, I know it's non-specific, but does it really need to be? Whatever your happiness is to you, the Scorpio I'm looking at says I'm determined to get it. You know? I'm determined. That's a lot of independence right there. I'm determined to live life as I best see fit. And if I connect with somebody, I want someone who highlights that, not tries to take it away from me. You know? I will not be hidden away. I will not be controlled. I will not be told what to do. I have a very strong vision of what constitutes happiness. And I won't settle for anything less. You know, I want the freedom to be me. And that is very much Scorpio. I need the freedom to be me. I may not make sense to everyone else. That's fine. I don't need to. Maybe I have 1 or 2 people in my life that understand me, and I'm good with that, right? But for the most part, you are so unapologetically pursuing yourself and your sense of happiness, strong mind, strong will. It's beautiful. I love that. It's like I had to die several times, Christina. I had to transform. And yes, we do. I had to transform several times over to understand what makes me happy, and I won't apologize for it. We move forward around here. Very good. So that makes me so proud to be a Scorpio right there. Look at that. Yes. You must die 1,000 deaths. You must transform how many times. You must experience how many 5 of Cups to get where you are. To know what it is that makes you happy. To pursue it at all costs. And not take excuses or nonsense from anyone, least of all yourself. Show me. Show me Judgment. It's like, I'm going to pursue what makes me happy. Very good. Very good. Show me Judgment, please. Judgment, please. Judgment, please. Judgment, please. Show me Judgment, please, for Scorpio. Gotta wrap this one up. Oh, yes. It's like that. It's like that now. But again, I'll explain on the mid-month. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. And I was like, okay. 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 I'm going to do what I need to do. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. You're so cheeky. You're coming out bright and bold and beautiful in this one today, honey. In your Judgment, you are always meant to balance yourself against your heart space, what it is you feel naturally against what it is you are meant to do. And your Judgment, your lesson in this life is to do everything you do operated by what you feel. Don't do what it is you do not feel. And that's very true for Scorpios. We are fixed water. Ace of Cup is our master symbol. If we don't have strong feeling for something, anything, a situation, circumstance, or person, there's no point. Because we won't be sincere. We won't be loyal to it. Our emotional loyalty is everything. It's part of the Scorpio MO pattern. If we're not emotionally loyal, there's just no point. We have no reason to stick around or stay. That's just who we are. Earth signs invest through the pentacle. Air signs invest through their intellect, right? Fire signs invest through their passion. Water signs invest through their heart, what they feel. And the stronger you have a sense of feeling towards something, and as long as it feels right, you will do it. And that is your calling in this life, to know what to put yourself into, no matter how slowly growing, no matter how slow it is to cultivate, even if it takes time. The point is, if you know it's right for you and it's what you want, then you're going to damn well do it. Okay? That's your calling. That's the Scorpio I'm looking at. Your calling is to what speaks to your highest value. That's your heart. King of Cups is the most emotionally mature. He's the one who can say, I feel this. And he's not shy. He just speaks into his feelings, and he does not do anything that doesn't feel right. That's it. That's the thing with us. It might take us years to accomplish something, but so long as we mean it, okay, in an emotional way, in an authentic way, in a sincere way, it's not bullshit, surface, or superficial, there's nothing we won't accomplish given time. And that's beautiful. You're always meant to live in that balance of your emotions. Don't do what it is you don't feel is right. And do try to do what you feel is right. And you will live a good life. A balanced life. And that's all you're telling me. I know it makes me happy, and I'm going to pursue it. What that is up to you. Just approach it with full heart. Never do anything without your heart behind it, or you will always leave yourself behind, right? And that's just not who we are. It's your judgment, it's your calling. Do everything you do with sincerity and you will be rewarded. It's beautiful. Now, this Tower and your September piece are connected. Something's going to come to light for you. And it is one of those hard realizations. There's something where you're not meant to be in it anymore. You're not meant to be a participant in it anymore. You're not meant to give energy to it anymore. I do not know if this is a relationship. It's coming off again as something circumstantially you are bare minimum involved in. But you have been hoping it would get better for a long time, and it hasn't. Okay? When we understand that, you will know what to do. You will accept the truth of this and break from it. But you need more time to understand it. This is more on the personal level that personally makes you very happy. And it makes the other person happy as well. We've discussed the kind of energetic and emotional connectivity between you two. It's kind of, again, very fresh, okay? Very clean slate energy. I'm glad we're doing this, okay? We're both respected heads of our own particular state. We mutually respect each other in the real world. You do your thing, I do my thing. We're both very well equipped at it. We would make very strong... I can't even call this friends. It's like I was saying over here. It's a strong allyship that doesn't quite have a definition. I don't know how to explain it. But it's kind of like... we have the ability to benefit each other in ways that kind of go beyond friendship. So let's work it out. It's more than friendship. It's like friendship plus. We're an alliance. You and I make very strong allies. And working together can somehow move us forward. And it's taking a dignity of strength to move this forward, but it's also like, I got it. There's something in here I cannot see as it relates to future energy and formation of that alliance. But both of your energies are stand up, do right. They're not stepping the line. There is a lover's connection between you two. That is, it's there. Clean slate, no assumptions, no expectations. But the way you two are interacting suggests dignity towards each other, respect. We're more than friends. We're much more than friends. There's a level of allyship. I'm sorry I keep using that word, but I don't quite know what you two are. I just know that when you two work together, it's phenomenal. When you two are connected, the energy feels correct because it is at the soul level. So I believe you both when you both tell me, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad you reached out. You know? Okay. What do they say in that movie that I love so much all the time? Were you thinking fresh start? I was thinking fresh start. What was the other guys? The other guys. Were you just thinking fresh start? I was just thinking fresh start right now. They're so not used to each other, but they're so bonded. That's kind of what it's like. So you two are incredibly bonded, huge sense of mutual respect here. And somebody here, again, I have to emphasize this is the only real key reference I have, is that somebody took time to process their feelings. And that's okay. We all process feelings at different rates, at different speeds. Some people tolerate and handle pain very, very well. And other people, I didn't even know I was in pain until time passed. And that's a real thing too. That happens to a lot of folks. Like something could have happened a year ago and they're like, and I have met people like this. Because when I'm in pain, I know I'm in pain, right? And there's some people who like experienced something a year ago. And they'll be like, I just now realized I'm upset about that. That happens. It really happens, you know? And it's kind of like that for this person. They didn't understand they were hurt until time had passed. And they want to talk. But it's wanting to talk in goodwill. 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups, King of Pentacles. That's a realistic, grounded place of good feeling, mutual good feeling between two people. And so that's why I keep saying, I'm glad we did this. That's all I'm hearing. So I like this. I like this. No assumption, but yeah, it's there. Clean slate. All right? In reality, meeting somewhere in the middle. Very strong sense of we're equals. And that's where I'm getting this allyship, but with dignified strength. So perhaps not making, how can I put this? It's taking strength, but with dignity of that mutual respect. To not engage with the lover's energy, which would also explain why I'm seeing 2 pages. You know? Fresh, clean slate energy, yeah. But it's only acknowledged to some extent. Okay, so dignified strength to create or forge a strong partnership, alliance, all right? More than friendship, but question mark, question mark, question mark after that. It's hard for me to find the words because it's hard for you two to find the words. But you're like, but I trust you. I trust you because your son says you trust you. I know it makes me happy. There you go. That's it. Bit of a stubborn Scorpio you are. I know it makes me happy. I'm not trying to argue about it. This is unfortunate but realistic. Okay? And I think we're going to understand more about this in late summer. But your overall judgment is that you are always meant to live through your feeling. Feels right or it doesn't. And it's taken you years to develop this instinct. Okay? Good head on your shoulders, strong sense of right and wrong from the emotional point of view. And it took you years to develop that. Very good. I like this. Very good job. I'm sorry. There is specifics in this as well as a vagueness in this. It's a little bit of both. I tried to hone in on this, honey. For some of you, it is an old friendship, like very old friendship that no longer has the purpose it once did. Like a safety blanket, growing up with this person as friend. For some of you, it could be sibling. Okay. Where you're just at that crossroads where you don't really seem to serve a purpose in that person's life anymore. It doesn't feel angry. It doesn't feel vengeful. It doesn't feel like, oh, you fucked me over. It doesn't feel like that. It's kind of like we've always known each other in this way, but how we know each other in this way doesn't seem to serve either of us where we are now. You know, and it took you a long time. Again, it's that emotional loyalty we have. So I'm sure you saw this connection the way you wanted to for a long time, until one day you couldn't. Okay? Bear them no ill will. You know, forgive what you need to forgive and move on from that peacefully. It does feel very old. Well, you've known this person since maybe the day you were born. I don't know. I do not know. Guilt. Oh, I know, honey. Did you feel bad? Is that what that is? Is that why you kept us going? Guilt. 5 of Swords with whatever this is. You kept it going because you felt guilty if you broke away from it, even though it didn't serve much for either one of you anymore. Friendship. Perhaps it is a family member and they've gone places that you just cannot go anymore, or you don't want to be part of their life anymore. Perhaps you perceive them as toxic, but it's hard to say that when it's like a sibling, right? Or mom and dad, that type of thing. The guilt. I know. That's the catch-22 of being us. We are emotionally loyal to a fault, even when it hurts us. That's why it takes us a minute to break from things. Okay. That's all I'm seeing it as. That's what I'm saying. It's like, at first I thought, maybe, but it's not. You two are getting reacquainted, but in different ways. Stronger than it was. This is something that must be let go. But you have to know that you're ready to. Okay. Sun, strength, empowerment. Yes, you are living and literally feeling yourself with your goals and your sun. Look at that. Look, I know what makes me happy. It's not up for debate. That's so us. We just do things without consulting other people. Oh no, I made up my mind weeks ago. Why didn't you tell me? Did I need to run that by you? I know, we're like that. That's why we're best coupled up with people who don't try to control us. It's like, you know what, babe? You do you. Thanks, sweetie. That's all I needed. You got it. Now slap my ass on the way out the door and say you love me. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. I swear to God, we don't want to explain ourselves. We just want someone to be like, you got it, babe. Slap the ass on the way out the door. You look good too. Killing it. Oh, thanks, honey. I love you. Oh my God. That's it. That's all we're looking for. That's it. Why is that so hard for people to understand? I don't... Trusting in the divine timing. Yes, things are meant to play out the way they're meant to play out. And I saw that more so on your judgment, is that you were always meant to be like this. It just took you time to appreciate your power. Okay, and that your feeling leads you into a good sense of where it is you're supposed... That's what I'm saying. There's growth here over the summer. I seen it. It's right here. Past... Yeah, distance. There was retreat. There was a timeout, wasn't there? Between the past and current time. There's a distance. Somebody here was hurting. They were hurting through that distance, or the retreat, or the timeout, or what might have been some sort of break. I don't know. But we were hurting during that time, and perhaps you did not know. Again, it could be the other way around. Just, you know. Oh, wait. There it is again. Who else did I say this for? Was it Cancer? I honestly don't remember now. There's an apology. Ace of Pentacles. An apology. A masculine energy here doesn't have to be, but the apology, forgiveness, Ace of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. There will be growth. And there's growth. There's growth in forgiveness. There's growth in apology. There's growth in these things, you know? And so long as somebody means it or two people means it, then that's all that matters. The energy moves forward. Okay, that's all I'm saying here is the energy moving forward and finding new ways to move forward. Clean slate, mutual respect, strong allyship. After that, I don't know. But the premise for it is that it feels correct to two people. And that's all I care about. That's all I kept hearing. You know? I'm glad we did this. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on over to Charms. This is how we do it. Where'd that come from? That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. D. E. There it is again. I swear to goodness, it might have been Cancer, but honey, that I shuffle these many times in the charms and all that. Anyway, just check theirs out. There's something in there. For some of you, you might have a very strong Sagittarius in your chart. For some of you, it could be your connecting or exit energies here. And then the Pegasus again. This time it's up. The masculine freedom, the masculine pride, but in a healthy way. To take off, choose one's own adventure, and to stick to it. The freedom to do so. That could be you, as I'm seeing over here, as it concerns your son. I know what I'm doing. Thank you. There you go. Or it's that the person who's expressing that energy towards you. Okay? Okay. X. Taurus, the medallion of Taurus. Oh, yep. Crab, sign of Cancer. Again, I know I'm repeating. That's what I do. We all know that, and if you don't, you should. You might be new to the channel. Hi. I repeat myself a lot. It's a joke. Okay. Yeah, Taurus and Crab, sign of Cancer. We also have the Gecko. The indication of summertime, at least around these parts, it sure as hell is. I see these all the time now outside my house. Gecko, and then also confirmation of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, respectively. You guys, I will see you in approximately 2 weeks for your next reading. I do not know exactly what it is, but I'm leaning towards the general overview, and that is just for a more very in-depth look at the month in the general sense. You guys, I hope this helped. This was very interesting. This was very insightful. I think that's true for all the water signs this round. I'm actually quite pleased with all the water signs. Cancer's was a bit tricky, but that's Cancer. Yours had great points. Everybody did. I'm very pleased with this energy. You guys are doing great. Keep on keeping on. I like that you know the firmness of your direction with the sun and always leaning towards that which feels right to you. I am sorry about this, but it looks like it was a long time coming. You cannot let your sense of guilt keep you from doing what is right. If there's something that you're not meant to be a part of someone's life anymore, you got to know that. It doesn't matter if you guys have been BFFs since you were in grade school or possibly even a family member. And I know that's the hardest type. That's what I'm seeing here, is such a huge sense of guilt. You know, it's somebody who you used to be very close with like that, and it's just not like that anymore. In fact, it might even be a little bit too difficult to maintain. Okay. In that case, we have to know. But it's also for our betterment. Again, it either feels fair, and you know that, or it doesn't, and in which case you still need to know that. Okay? That's enough. You guys, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Take care. Be well.